Well, Coach, tell us about the Raiders' start. Obviously, a pretty strong start, it looked like, against PD last week.
Yeah, it was for game one, no scrimmage. We executed pretty well for the most part. Obviously a long way to go where we want to get, but definitely excited about the outcome and the way the kids' effort and the way they played.
Gaylon, what were you happiest with, and what do you really need to work on?
Well, we're still up front. Offensive line, we still got a long way to go. I mean, they're young, but actually they've been working hard, and they rose to the challenge a little bit last week, and it's going to be even. That's what I was telling them. Each week, just the competition gets a little bit more tough as you go, and it's going to be that way this week. Caprock, and so up there, they've got to get better, and just the little things. We were fortunate, and this past week in all three phases of the game that we executed well, and like I said, week one, that man, really excited about that. But in every phase though, there's just little spots here and there that you continue to work on. It could be switching personnel, or it just could be looking at techniques and things like that. So a lot of that to do.
How much momentum did this confidence of this beating somebody like 41 points on their field in the district opener give you going into week two? Because that's a pretty, that's maybe unexpected to win a game that big and then come back the next week.
Yeah, and if you look at the game, for PD, it just kind of snowballs for them a little second half, and I've been on that side of it too, and that feel for that, because I know how they were playing hard and it snowballed, but I think we had a lot to do with that as well. And so the score, yeah, I mean, it was definitely lopsided, and as a coach, those are fun, but they're also, you want to see the kids have to just keep that intensity throughout the game, and just those learning experiences with that. Not every game is going to be that way, and so for week one, fun, but it's also, you hope they just stay with it and stay working and not let it go to their heads a little bit. That, that's one game. It just gets tougher from here on out.
Can you take us through the Caprock matchup? New look Longhorns team with no Tariq Williams.
Yeah, I mean they're last week they played a Lubbock Cooper team really solid all the way around. 18-0. I mean that speaks a lot for them right there. I mean they didn't score any points, but you're talking about a really good defense they're going against, and then offensively, or on their defensive side, the whole Cooper to 18 points is real impressive. So I think defensively they're really solid. Up front, and their outside backers, are real aggressive, play well, and they're definitely coached well. Coach Sherwood's done a great job with them, and so we definitely got our work cut out for us for sure this week.
How excited is the team to finally get to come play at home?
Oh, well, they're really excited. That first home game is really nice, and of course they're all, still asking about the new facility and all that. So they're anxious about that part of it. Just seeing it. Most of them haven't even really been out there much to see what it looks like. So you're definitely excited to be home crowd, and that's always fun to play at Happy State Bank. It's the best spot in football to play around for sure.
Coach, you told us last week that you were going to play multiple quarterbacks. How do you feel like they did?
Both of them did well. Braxton Bird in the first half played awesome, played really, really well, and then Jerry Gaylon came in the second half and continued. So both of them played well. Happy for both of them.
Is that what you're going to continue this week?
Well, we won't have Braxton this week. He already struggled a little bit there late in that first half. So, anyways, we won't have him. But
You're big on physical football, and Caprock was kind of a stinky defense last week. Kind of get your linemen to say, let's be ready to play that sort of game this week, against those guys. Like, you're going to be able to bang heads with them, so to speak. Is that kind of the thing you've emphasized?
Well, with me, it's always going to be that. Up front's real important to me, and I want to run the ball and ball control, and that's what I want to do. So, for me, every week, is a big part of the game plan. Is always that matchup up front.
Now that the season is finally here, how do you keep your kids? How do you tell them, hey, you got to still stay safe. You got to be aware of going out and being careful with COVID still being out there.
Yeah, and that's constant. We're constantly telling them that, and I know some of them are and some of them aren't. I mean, that's just, you know, kids, you know, once they're away from us, I know they're still getting together and, you know, they do kid things for sure. And, but, you know, we tell them just, you know, wear your mask, and that's, for us, it's, you know, like, they were talking about just that fear of you know, getting quarantined or something like that. And I said, well, you know, we fight that with the mask, and for the most part, they've really been pretty good with that. And, you know, and that's us coaches too, you know, because I have to remind myself to put that mask on. And so that's a constant battle. But I think they've done a great job, and we've been fortunate. You know, we've had some kids go to quarantine, but nothing that's really affected the varsity yet. So hopefully we can keep that trend going.